starting off, we have DeaconTW, who is from the Netherlands. He's got about 672 subscribers. His favourite race is the Wood Elves. So he immediately... I just made him lose the tournament. I didn't fix anything. Maybe. Perhaps. But his channel... What's really good about his channel, which makes it unique, he does pretty much... As you can see in the description, he gave me a list of the Total Wars. Pretty much everything. He plays all of the Total Wars. But... what makes him excel is his use of mods that can completely change it. Like the fact that he's playing Third Age Total War. So he's playing Lord of the Rings Total War, which is amazing to watch. I've been really enjoying that. Watching Riders of Rohan, Modan, Orokai and their thousands. Absolutely brilliant. But as I said, so all of his stuff is modded. And he tells you the mods, how he uses them, how they improve the game. Absolutely amazing little channel there. So if you're interested in any of the Total Wars, not just Warhammer, and you want more modern, more stories, because the mod he adds makes some of them a completely different game, and thus you get more of your money's worth because the game becomes a whole new thing. We shall then move on to Skabs Gaming from the United States. He's got 886 subscribers at current. His favourite army is the Beastmen, but he is all about any type of game. He mostly plays the strategy and turn-based, but he pretty much plays every game he can find on the hardest difficulties because he likes a challenge. So it's not guaranteed he'll win. I've seen a few games where he's lost against the campaign and story, which is great because it's not a guaranteed win. It's always on his hardest. He has a fantastic voice for commentary as well, has been pointed out, Skabs. He was one of the last guys to join my tournament, and he was edgy because he's mostly a campaign player. He doesn't really play online. But I asked and he went, I'll give it a go. And he actually beat one of the favourites in the tournament. So, can't say more than that, really. Great channel, great voice act, and just commentary is fantastic. So do check him out. The third and final one, a bit of a shocker, is the Gobbo King, again from the United States. 6,290 subs. So pretty much the biggest channel that didn't make it through. His favourite race obviously is Greenskins, and he covers mostly online battles, does some campaigns, but he does them with Janet on occasion, which is the guy I got through in Group A, so we will cover him later. But yeah, they've even got their own channel, Jag, so it's Janet and Gobbo. Fantastic. Now, the reason Gobbo didn't get through, if you guys missed it, was he went MIA as the group stage finished. So we played all our group games. We went to the knockout, and Gobbo deleted his channel. He deleted his pretty much everything to do with his channel. Just got rid of it. And there was a lot of concern, a lot of panic, a lot of people trying to find out what happened. Turned out he'd done it because he wanted to focus on his studies. Fantastic. But because no one knew what was going on, I had to make a tough call, and I said that he will have to leave the tournament so we can progress it. So another one, the person who was just out in the knockout zone, I believe it was Zardar, moved up into the knockout phase, which is unfortunately for Gobbo King, but Zardar loved it until he found out he was up against Turin. Yeah, he didn't like me after that, but nah, he was fine with it. But it was funny when his reaction. So yes, Gobbo King, do check out his channel. Fantastic. He is one of the best multi players out there. I mean, some of the stuff he comes up with is just mind-boggling, and his micro is fantastic. So do check out his channel. As I said, he's the biggest channel that didn't make out the group stage, but that was purely because he went MIA. Unfortunately, I mean, he lost one game in the group stage, but because he disappeared, I had to progress the tournament. So I'm sorry, Gobbo, but we really appreciate you taking part in the group stage. It was really good fun. So enough of that now. We will move on to round 2 to see what Torn's going to do against John Torn. Because John Torn's got the lead now, 1-0. Torn's got to bring it back. Let's see what they can do. So there you go, guys. That is the YouTubers are from Group B. Do go check them out. And of course, check out the ones from Group A. Links will be in the description below. So with round 2, we have Turin, who is using the Greenskins, versus John Torn and his High Elves. So as requested, I like round 1. Here is the army layout for you with the map. Let me know if you guys like that, by the way, having that before every match, because I'll make it a more regular thing. Makes sense to do it for the final. But let's go straight to the battlefield now and cover the armies. Right, over here we have Turin. He's got the Mangy Marauders, the Goblin Wolf Archers. We also have 4 units of Sorry, 4 units of Black Orcs. Now this is definitely a theme because they're pretty similar to Chosen, the Great Weapons, the Black Orcs. So definitely a theme going on there. We then have some Goblin Knight Archers, including the Rusty Arrows. Automatic choice, guys. A couple units of Nasty Skokers here at the back. Protecting the flanks, a couple of units of Forest Goblin Spider Riders. We also have a group of more riders here, the Spider Riders. 2 units of Goblin Big Bosses on their spiders, and Wazark on his fancy pimped up boar. I believe there's also a unit over here. Of course there is. It's Turin. Where is it? Where is it? Here he is. We have the Goblin Wolf Riders hiding on the flanks here. But no teeth robbers, guys. That's a bit concerning. Over here for the High Elves, a bit of a scattered formation. At the front, we have one of the new characters. I should be doing that, shouldn't I? Well, it's right. We know the units on that side, so that's fine. But yes, here we go. We've got Ariel. It's a High Elf who thinks she's great. She uses L'Oreal. Has fabulous hair. There we go. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. And she has a really pimped up eagle, and she's all about healing and that. So there we go. There's her abilities there. Of course, if you want to know more details, like what all this does, let me know and I can find out for you an answer. We also have a flame spray phoenix. It's the flaming phoenix. I use his pronunciations. We know this. We have 4 units of spearmen here. A couple units of silver helms. 1 with shields, 1 without. We also have the Fireborn. Is that? Yes. Fireball Dragon Princes, which, as a guy who loves dragons, this looks amazing. So there are the stats there. Anti-large, armor and shielded, dragon armor, all sorts of goodness. Watch it. Physical resistance 25, fire resistance 70. Nice. And over here on the flank, we also have a noble on a chariot. Always a good choice. And some dragon princes on the flank. I think that covers everything for the High Elves. Yes, it does. The numbers are quite hugely in the Orcs' favour. Makes sense, yeah, Orcs against High Elves. And yeah, and the battle was only 3.5 minutes, so let's get started. Let's get that going. So John Torn won the first battle of his Dark Elves versus Turin's Chaos. Turin needs to win this one to try and equal it back up, though with Ember guys it's a best out of 5. So Turin could lose this one but win the next 3 to still win. But of course, if John Torn can win this second battle, he'll feel a lot more confident because he's only got to win 1 out of the next 3. So he's going to really want to push it and get this win to get him in a very comfortable position. So we've got some scouting going on. You know, John Torn thinking it's Turin. There's going to be something sneaky. The Wolf Riders, the Marauders are causing a nice bit of bother. You know, trying to deny the scouting, just getting some free hitching. Black Orcs getting in a better formation, using the terrain and the hills as defense. We've got the Wolf Riders hiding out waiting. Of course, we've got the Forest Goblin Spider Riders as well hiding. But it looks like the High Elves are going to stream through this gap. Now, this is good in one regard because their flanks will be covered, but bad because if anything gets behind, it's going to be very difficult. But it is going to focus the greenskin superior numbers into 1. The Rusty Arrows have now been spotted, so they're probably going to start dropping off volleys. All at the Phoenix, I suspect. In comes the Goblins, but they're now pulling back. The Phoenix is pulling back. A bit of a tussle there, but not much. The Silver Helms are now charging in, guys. And look at this charge on the cat. Oh! I mean, when you think how big and heavy these Black Orcs are, with heavy armour, and they just knock them flying, doing a nice bit of damage. And again, another group knocked into here and immediately falling back. The infantry starting to move up now. There's a lot of cavalry. John Torn loves his cavalry, and Turin loves his heavy infantry. So it's all about, can the cavalry outflank the heavy infantry? And it looks like they are at the moment here. Got Dragon Prince charging to the flank, and these Black Orcs are getting absolutely surrounded. But we do have some nasty Skokers coming in with their knives. They are being supported as well by the Rusty Arrows. Egafi has been dropped on them, and a third Cork as well. What a combo! Dropped on the Fireborn there, and then charged by Black Orcs. They took a pummel in there. Almost half that health gone by. That was amazing. Pin them in place. Oh, Warg has been initialized, guys, and remember, it's now map-wide ability, so everything's effect. This Phoenix is getting shot badly. They need to go, and we do have these guys holding in reserve as well. Black Orcs and some of the Spider Riders charge in, but they're being held back by the Spearmen, while the Cavalry, the Silver Helms, are charging into the flanks. It's all about them trying to break this heavy line. If they can break them, Phoenix dropping in there, then immediately find up. We do have the Great Eagle as well. Warg still going, guys. It is horribly painful. The Dragon Prince is Farborn. But here comes another charge hit by the Silver Helms in, but the Dragon Princes kind of minimised the charge by getting in the way, which is not good. The High Elves are seriously struggling here. The balance power is going to the Greenskins. The Phoenix is being shot completely. And as broken, so has the Noble is broken as well. And these Spearmen will not hold long. The Black Orcs at the front, Spiders on the flank as well. We also have some Silver Helms making a run for it. And Heathen gets dropped now on the Fireborn, but I don't think that's going to help much. Here we go, it's been dropped as well. They're trying to get him, but these Spearmen have now routed as well. You got the Silver Helms here are just getting absolutely overrun. They're stuck between two groups of Black Orcs. That is not a good place for Silver Helms and that to be, well, anyone, let's be honest. Between two Black Orcs, I'll pass, thanks. But yes, they're trying desperately to hold, but this front line, unlike the last game where the mobility really helped, in this map, it seems to be that the heavy Black Orcs are just smashing through. The fact that the Phoenix is still going though is impressive, but they really need to dive. Oh, there goes a nice drop on the Rusty Arrows there, but they should just drop in there. But the nasty Skokers, I guess, are protected, and the Goblin bosses are waiting for them to do exactly that. But the front line of the High Elves are now being shattered, guys. It's not looking good. I think Turin might have this. The thing's done. Immediately, the Goblin big bosses are jumping on there. With only 20 seconds left, there's only 200 High Elves left, and there's so many Black Orcs. So many. In they come, go, trying to get the leader now. Yep, she's been mobilised, so she can't move, and they're taking a pummel in there. Leadership is plummeting on all sides. The High Elves are pretty much in full retreat at this point. There we go, guys, and Turin has taken it with his Greenskins. Wow. So it's one apiece, guys. So John Torn, very similar to his last build. Well, he had Spearmen, but he didn't have the heavy hitters like the Executioners and the Witch Elves. Instead, he had more expensive cavalry and a couple of flyers, but it just wasn't enough. The Black Orcs was such a solid choice that they weren't going to buckle at all. I mean, the leaders barely got involved. The Goblins and the Wazark didn't need to, because the Black Orcs just bogged everything down and just pommeled it. The nasty Skokers supporting as well. The Goblin Forest Spider Riders doing an amazing job. Just hit him where they needed to. That was the thing. Turin only used what he needed to use. He didn't send Finns to their deaths pointlessly. He didn't just send them in because he could. You know, like the archers were purely taking out the flyers. The Black Orcs were taking out the front line. The nasty Skokers only got involved when they needed to get involved. And the same for the Forest Spider Riders, which of course meant that they were really effective, especially with their poison attacks. Taking out, I mean, the Spearmen just got absolutely murdered, and the Cavalry can't win a standard fight against Black Orcs. They had to cycle charge, and you could see near the end, there was a lot of, by the time one Cavalry unit went to charge, the other one hadn't got out of the way in time because they were bogged down by Orcs. And so they were stopping each other's charges, and this is where the Orcs thrived and smashed them to bitch. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to go over the channels that made it to the quarterfinals, but unfortunately got knocked out at that stage. And then we'll get on with round 3.